The metaphor of the fork in the road is what displays and explains the concept of who leads, masculinity and femininity, right? In life, you can walk with people. If your values align, you can walk with someone shoulder and shoulder. But no one's values are going to align 100%. No one's beliefs are going to align 100%. No one is going to think 100% the same way. And chances are, if they do, it's because someone decided to adopt the beliefs of someone else when it comes to particular issues, subjects, and circumstances. The fork in the road displays what masculinity and femininity is when it comes to relationships and when it comes to business, when it comes to different aspects of life that require forward movement. You know, this is why it does. So, in a fork in the road works like this. Once you reach that fork in the road, your options are to either part ways because you feel like you're too different and neither one of you love each other enough to follow the path of the other person. But another thing that can happen in this particular situation is one person can follow the other person, right? When there's a fork in the road. The issue here is that if a man is with a man can fully love and have a certain level of respect for a woman that doesn't hurt his love for that woman if she follows him. If anything, it increases the love that he has for that woman. For a man, if he follows the woman, she loses respect for the man, which also hurts her ability to love the man. She may love him as a friend. She may love him as a family member. She may even, to a certain extent, love him romantically. But her desire to follow him is already being thwarted by the fact that when the fork in the road is reached, he's deciding to follow her direction instead of her following his direction. Now, as a man, it's your job to make sure and you set up your program and you research and you think about things in life and you know yourself to know which direction you're headed in so that you don't feel such a pull on yourself to be stagnant, because you can also just be stagnant. So your options are one person can follow the other, you can part ways, or you can be stagnant. If you're stagnant for too long, then a woman will also not respect you because she doesn't feel like you're going through with what you believe and what you stand on. So it's really a matter of, as a man, you move forward. You go where you're going. And a woman who wants you, she's going to follow you. Right? Now, this is where issues with society come in. Sometimes a woman's social programming will be so strong that if her desire level, her respect level isn't high enough for the man, sometimes it's because of how you started the relationship, sometimes it's because of hurt that transpired during the relationship, sometimes it's because of hurt and trauma that was caused by the woman in her previous relationships or with her father or family members or with, whatever happened when she was younger that causes her to feel like following a man is betraying herself because she wants to just follow her own path. Or find a man whose beliefs align closely enough with hers to where they can just walk together shoulder to shoulder. But the issue is that when it comes to leading, there's not enough space for both people to walk side by side, shoulder to shoulder. Somebody's going to have to take the lead at some point in time. That's something that's important to understand. So when we're talking about the fork in the road, the fork in the road is what displays what masculinity and femininity is when we're talking about relationships. It's what displays who's the dominant, who's the submissive, who's walking forward, who's leading the situation. Now, when we're talking about this particular type of dynamic, one thing to understand is that sometimes a man can have hurt and he'll go in a certain direction because of his hurt. And I think it's important that, sometimes as people you want to grow together, and sometimes it's not possible, right? Growing together is about somebody being able to take the lead on which direction you want to grow in. And what I also say is this: sometimes with the social programming aspect of things, it makes it difficult for a woman. Like, it makes it very difficult for a woman. But the reason why I say it's not just about values, the reason why I say it's not just about beliefs and stances, because beliefs and stances can change with time. If your goal is to have a long-term marriage that lasts a long haul, then it's one of those situations to where your beliefs are going to morph, your beliefs are going to change. You want to be with somebody who can follow that trajectory of your growth, right? Who can follow that trajectory of your growth as a person. That's why it's important for the woman to love, desire, and respect you as a man. Not just that she agrees with your values, because your values can change as a man as well. You can grow and come to a new or a different understanding. But if she doesn't love you enough to stick around and to want to follow your lead in those different places that you are, like where you lead, she'll follow. If that's not present, then it's just a matter of time before you say or do something that rubs that woman wrong when it comes to her beliefs and her convictions and her standards, and then she'll want to walk away. Or she'll stick around, and then you won't be able to move forward because you're stagnant in the place that you're in. So the fork in the road is what accurately displays what masculinity and femininity looks like when it comes to leading in a relationship.